Good evening, Brian. It's Wednesday. So on today's vlog, I want to talk about a predicament or a problem that I've sort of been encountering more and more over the last few years, and more recently especially. And this problem relates to storing things, especially digital things, as well as just keeping logs or records or keeping things in the long term. For whatever reason, Brian, I'm the kind of person that likes to hang on to things, especially things that I had a hand in being involved with. I'll give you an example. I don't know if you remember, but when I was in like late middle, early high school, I played with a band. And we only ever played out a couple times at shows, but we did practice pretty often. And we had probably 5 to 10 songs that we had written and would perform and stuff. And I would really love to still be able to go back on occasion just to reminisce for my own personal enjoyment or to show other people and be able to find those files somewhere, but I don't think I can. There's a couple tracks that I've been able to get from people, but for the most part those songs are gone and I can't get to them. And that really kind of is sad because, you know, not that we were very good, but that was still a very important, fun time in my life. And it would be something that I would really like to be able to reflect back on and have in perpetuity to be able to say, like, hey, you know, I did this thing when I was younger, and here's evidence of it, and here's this thing, and I can look back on it and listen to it and have the thing there and show people it. Another example is that I played music with Dad as well a couple times out, and we have a couple tracks that we recorded that I can get access to online, and I have downloaded those and I have copies of those to keep. But I also have started journaling, and all of the journaling that I've done over the last 2 years or so that I've gotten since I've gotten back into it, I have kept all of my notebooks. They're scanned into my computer, and I have the actual physical notebooks kept. But one thing that's made me think about it more and more recently, Brian, is the vlogging. As you know, we've been vlogging for a good few months now, and even though each video is usually less than 4 minutes long, they still are relatively large files, and they add up over time. And I've definitely gotten to the point where multiple times I have filled up my phone's memory with just the vlogs that we've recorded and have to transfer them over to my computer. And while that works for a while, eventually that's going to eat up most of the space on my computer. And so I'm not really sure what to do about that. Part of me feels like, you know, oh, these are just silly vlogs. There's really no point in keeping them. You're not going to want to watch them in the future. Plus, they're on YouTube. Why do you need a copy of it? But then at the same time, you know, I feel like I will want to have a record of that for, you know, me when I'm 40 to look back on this time that I did this vlogging project with my brother, or, you know, future family members if I want to show them like, hey, look at this cool thing I did, you know, and they weren't there for that, but then I can show it to them. So I think that it is legitimate to want to sort of preserve these things, the various creative endeavors that we get involved with. I think it's you know, definitely within reason to want to hold on to those, but I'm not sure how best to go about doing it. Again, and I feel like I should keep a record of it separate from YouTube, because what if YouTube crashes? You know, I'd like to have my own copy that I can control, but I'm not really sure what to do. I don't know if you've encountered this, Brian, or if you have any possible ideas about good best practices for saving your old vlogs and your old videos. Do you just upload them to YouTube and then delete the file off your computer and feel like you'll never ever want to download it again? Or do you have, you know, a solution that you've worked out as well? The closest thing that I've gotten to is probably thinking about maybe getting an external hard drive and having everything live on that, but that still seems like it's only temporarily postponing the problem. But that's just one thing that I've been thinking about lately, Brian, is the issue of how do we preserve all of the data and information that we create in our new digital lives, and what is the best way to deal with that. So that's what I want to talk about. But I hope you like this vlog, and I look forward to seeing your Thursday Top 5 tomorrow. Have a good night.